Happy New Year! Happy New Year, guys. Okay, I have to make a video again today. I have to re-record it because it's messed up. But anyway, so it's about a dream that I had today, and yeah, God wanted me to share it. I know because I just do. Because why wouldn't He want me to share it? So, I mean, like, I always kind of have this kind of relationship with God, like, if you don't want me to say it, hopefully you'll tell me, and He does tell me when He doesn't want me to say some things, I think. Anyway, so you guys take this to God and see what He wants to do it for in your life, if it pertains to you. If it pertains to you, I feel like you'll know. But anyway, okay, so here we go with the dream. Okay, so in the beginning, there was these black women in this hair shop, or I feel like it was their house, but they made it a hair shop. And so this part of the dream is for the women, like showing that we need men. And the next part is for the men, showing that we need women. Okay, so they were just doing like extensions on the hair and stuff, and just like, I don't know, just... Okay, maybe think of something really quick. But anyway, it's really weird. Anyway, okay, so then, wow, okay, God, okay. Sorry, God just, like, I feel like God just talked to me through that, and I didn't even realize it. Sometimes you gotta repeat it over and over. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut this out. Anyway, I might cut this out. It's kind of funny. But anyway, where was I at? Oh, yeah. So then there was these women, and they're all talking about men. They're like, oh, I'm desirous of this man, or I want this kind of guy. Just speaking and talking to each other. And then there's this one woman, and she's like, well, I want a man to treat me tender-like. And they're like, okay. And they're like, what do you mean? And she was like, oh, I want him to treat me like Beyonce. When she said that, I knew what she wanted wasn't right, or like a right kind of tender for a guy. Or she was lying, because God already told me what Beyonce is, that she's not of God. And you just have to ask God, or if God lets me give you guys confirmation, but she's a demon. Anyway, so just let that out there. Anyway, so when she said that, I knew she didn't want a proper relationship. And then as soon as she said that, I got a montage of her relationship with the girl next to her. So she was telling the women in the shop that she wanted a man to be tender to her, but like she was secretly dating this woman next to her. So I don't know what that meant. Like, I just think that she was being two-faced. So she was saying she wants a tender guy and stuff, but she's with this girl. So, like, if she were to start a relationship with a guy, it wouldn't be right, because she's not in the proper mind or headspace or mentality, or she thinks she's into girls, but she's pretending that she wants a guy. I don't know. But anyway, I think God was just saying, God knows your heart. And I have found out, God has told me some things pertaining to men, which also could pertain to women, that I could share if He wants me to. But basically, it's just like any sin. Being gay or a lesbian is just like any sin. Once you give into it and you keep going into it, you become a slave to that sin. Just like if you were to get drunk and drink every night, you're gonna want to get drunk, and you're gonna have that mentality to get drunk, and you need to drink, and you need to do this. No, you don't. Basically, what I'm saying is, being gay and being lesbian is a lifestyle. Being drunk is a lifestyle, because it's not what God intended. What God intended is happiness. What kind of happiness can you receive if you're drunk all the time? Not the good kind, not in the long run, right? It's the same if you're gay or lesbian. And if you're a guy, you think you like other guys, or if you're a girl and you think you like other girls. So what kind of happiness will that give you in the long run? Not the best type. Because first of all, never mind. I was going to go all into it, but that is not what God's leading me to. I'm going to have to I was gonna keep going. But anyway, so she was dating this girl. And so God was telling me that guys are needed in a relationship. And don't be two-faced. Don't say to friends and family that you want a guy, you want him to be tender to you, and they find you a guy, and it turns out that you didn't really want that guy because you're secretly dating a girl. So God's not judging you, but just don't do that. It's not right. God wants you, if you're a girl, to be with a guy. If you're a guy, he wants to be with a girl. It says in the beginning in Genesis, God, he said, let us make man in our image. And the image of her and him make them, you know. Female and male make them, you know. It didn't say male and male. It didn't say female and female. God didn't mess up. Okay, next scene for the men. Okay, so there was a guy on stage. He was blonde, he was white, he had green eyes, and he was just on the mic singing this song with his son, and it was so beautiful. And he was singing this song, I don't know what song it was, I'm so sorry, but there was a huge crowd, so it must have been a great song. It must have been an amazing song, because there was a huge crowd. And then it pans out, the camera of my dream, it pans out to the two other fathers with their sons, and they're not like little kids, they're like young men. They're like young men, like getting their hair brushed by their father, and you can just see the love and everything, and it's just so beautiful and tender. And it just almost like the same scene that I got in the hair scene, where the women were like braiding their daughter's hair and like just being with their daughter, talking to them and stuff, you know, just chill. And then it pans, so this is where we need help in this department. A man can't be by himself. Woman is not meant to be there by themselves. God made Adam a meat help for him. Okay, so this is where it gets janked up a little bit. I look at the table. There's a huge brown table on stage for the men to eat with their sons. Like, you know, I don't know. So then they sit down, and the only thing on the table is junk food. M&Ms. Not even a whole pie, just like a little tiny sliver of pie. And then all the forks to eat the food are covered in the food. And so you can't even get to the food because you can't get to the fork because the fork is dirty. And I was looking for a good fork because I was sitting at the table like, ooh, I want some pie. You know, I like pie. And no. And there was like a fruit cake. It was like only a sliver of fruit cake. So what God was showing me was, though the men can be good fathers to their sons, they need a wife to provide the sustenance to feed their sons, to feed them, to have a good relationship, because there was no good food on the table. So God was telling me a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man. It's that simple. It's just simple. But God has to reiterate himself so that we can learn, because, you know, through generations things change and everything like that. And also because it might not be simple if the world is telling you can do whatever you want and be whatever you want. Someone can come up and tell you you could do whatever you want, sweetie. Guess what? You end up, you don't want to do whatever you want. You want to, you know, do this one thing. What I'm saying is, okay, because you can do whatever you want, but it's up to you and your decisions. But what God is telling you to make you happy. So you can do whatever you want, but is it going to make you happy in the long run? Are you going to be happy for the rest of your life? A man needs a woman, and a woman needs a man, and a baby needs a woman and a man, a mother and a father to raise them. That's what God is just saying in my dreams. The conclusion is, God was right when he made Adam and Eve. Okay? God was correct when he made Adam and Eve. Okay? He was good when he said one woman and one man. When he said the marriage bed is undefiled. Okay? God is good. And he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. Don't think because society is changing and saying you could be whatever you want, you could do whatever you want. You could be a dog if you want. Society will tell you whatever it wants because it doesn't care about your happiness, about your eternal existence, because we're all eternal creatures, beings inside these human bodies. What I'm saying is, give your life to God and he will show you the right steps. Stop relying on your own feelings and your own emotions, because they change from year to year. This 2022, people, our feelings are going to change. You're going to break up with that girlfriend. You're going to break up with that boyfriend. You're going to stop talking to those friends. And everything's going to change. But what's the one thing that stays the same? Who you are. You're always going to be a female if you're a female. You're always going to be a male if you're a male. You can get surgery, but you're still who you are, you know? you're still who you are. So God bless you guys. Glory be to God. If it was confusing, put your questions down in the comments. I will answer them as best I can. God bless you.